All right. Good evening, everyone. Hi, guys. Good evening. Good evening, crew. Good evening, Level Up crew. Para wala kayong energy, guys. All right. So, hi, guys. Again, this is a Level Up Geek Night. This is our bi-weekly podcast that normally we have games or sometimes we talk about certain topics. But tonight, we're just chilling. We're going to talk about what's been going on and what our plans are. And, hopefully you enjoy our show. So by the way, my name is John and I am the Christian Geek. You can find me on Facebook and on YouTube. And together with me, I have the Level Up crew. I have our resident bear back from CDO. Of course, I have our boss man. Boss man.
I do like
Our,
that term.
yeah,
So,
John Z. And
go.
of today we are joined by our new regular, our chibi anime otaku, Maya.
Our chibi mind. Yeah.
All right, so John, why don't you tell us what we're going to be doing tonight?
Right. So tonight is our quarter 12 update. Um, no, we're not gonna be killing each other off tonight, thankfully. Uh, we it's basically just gonna catch everyone up, catch us up also on what we've been doing lately. What are the things that's been happening to us in our general week slash ministry slash life in general. And after we've gone through that, we're gonna be talking also about what are the upcoming stuff that we're gonna be diving into in the remainder or on the balance of 2021. Amazing and scary to know that. Grabe, ang bilis ng oras, no? Like it's already like October. It's end of October. It's crazy.
Almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas. It's legit almost Christmas, like in 2 months.
And in fact, even though we are in pandemic and many people are still in lockdown, you go out, there's traffic. So you can feel the Christmas season coming. It's kind
not
of ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, that's Manila. Here in Davao, where still feels the same. But
Yeah, traffic was pretty good on when I was in Hbo. So it's very different from
Manila. Manila, it's crazy in Manila. I went to what do you call this? CCF Eastwood last Wednesday, and that's the first time I've gone out of the house that wasn't groceries or vaccination. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so traffic. What the heck? Why is there so many people outside? Right? And it's the first time I've been to a CCF, let alone it's Eastwood. So it's kind of cool. But man,
physical.
physical, getting to meet actual people and it's not virtual. It's kind of it feels kind of surreal, to be honest.
Well, such is life in this pandemic world. Anyhow, I suppose we'll do a round table though. So, what have you been up to? Do we have any volunteers? Just in case who wants to jump at this?
hmm, Oh, Reiki purchases in last and
Yeah, sure, go. Let's go for it. Have you bought any?
I have some new headphones.
So any reviews affordable?
These are both really good, but of course, this one
Much better.
Ah, so do you have any reviews on the usability of them yet?
Very easy actually. This one's just plug and play. There's no knobs or anything. Just plug it in. It's just a USB C to USB. Uh, this one, this other one I have on the other hand is the Logitech G Pro X wired headset.
Uh,
So it comes with a USB sound card, a mic. It comes with a mic. Where find it. Uh, and Blue Voice software you can use.
you haven't used that
So
yet.
the Blue Voice, Blue as in like the mic that JB uses right now, the Blue
Oh,
Snowball.
all right.
But it's just software, not the hardware.
Okay,
But
okay.
I believe there is a um, separate Blue microphone you can actually attach to it instead. Like you have to buy. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
these are my two purchases.
all right.
Um, mhm.
How about you guys and our lady for tonight?
Mm.
Unfortunately, wala yung suking ano natin, purchaser natin. Hindi
Yes.
Yeah.
would have been great to have her share all of her ten purchases. I'm sure
Budol.
there's a lot. Kaso wala yung budol queen natin. So
True.
John and Maya, you're gonna have to step up to the plate. I hope. No, no, sir.
Guys.
Yeah, I'll go first. Actually, yung binili ko is a Nishinoya's jersey.
Oh,
Ooh.
And
that's cute.
actually,
Yes. So
I'm
yeah.
wearing my time skip Hinata jersey.
From the Jackals.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry ba?
Spoilers.
It's just the Jackals. I
Sobrang
just
ano ko
mentioned
lang.
That's
cheering.
true. Okay. Well, he eventually joins the team. But anyhow,
Hmm.
sige.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So,
That's
but
pretty cool.
yung Nishinoya
High
na
Q
binili ko
fans
was
out there.
still um in their high school pa. So it's the orange
Nice.
one, and it came with freebies like stickers and
Hmm.
keychain.
All right, that's
Yung
cool. That's
keychain
cool.
naman si Kageyama.
Oh, yes, actually. I bought okay, a little bit background. So a Korean grocery recently opened at the corner. So nakakatawa lang. So when we went there, my dad and I found that they are selling samgyup meats, and then they're selling lettuce, they're also selling kimchi. So parang So I went to so what I did was I went to Shopee. Because they were also selling the electric grills, right? But it's kind of expensive. So I went to Shopee and I looked up some electric grills and they were like selling it for 600 to 1,000. Naghanap lang ako ng fit for our needs. And so parang dumating siya, parang yes, we can we can do sangyup at home. I know, right? I know, I know. Isekai. I think speaking of food, one of the recommendations of our uh favorite friend of our friend from the Geeks, Vince. Hi Vince, if you can hear us, hi. Anyway, it's Midnight Diner. So it's a Japanese drama. It's live action. And basically it revolves around this store that opens at night. That's why it's called Midnight Diner. And um basically it revolves around not about the food per se, although there's scrumptious Japanese food, but it revolves around the people who go there and their stories. So if you're the type of person who likes character driven stories, who kind of just want an insight in Japanese culture, it's kind of it's very very interesting. It's something that's definitely good to watch. And if I remember correctly, it has 5 seasons already, so it's something you can uh you know pace yourself basically and watch. You don't have to because it's not like a regular drama where there's a one storyline like what in the same way you would watch like Korean dramas or Japanese dramas. There's that one storyline. No, it's not like that. It's more like a compendium of different character stories. So it's actually very interesting. Yeah, an anthology. So it's called The Midnight Diner, and I enjoyed it. And it's highly recommended by our resident the Geeks house son. Th- There's no audio ba? Hmm.
All right.
Okay. There's a problem. Nag-on off yung audio. Can you speak again?
Testing,
Can you
hello,
Yo,
guys?
hello,
Ayan,
hello.
it should be okay now. I think
well, I hope so.
we hope so.
Either way,
Because
we should be recorded and
that's
uploaded.
I don't know. That's what David Palima says. Is it just me or there no audio? And better now.
Ayan.
Okay. Good to know.
Up
Good.
to what point? Like, does that mean he hasn't been hearing us talk about anime and other stuff?
So sad.
Well, in any case, I hope you'll catch us or whatever you missed. Sana andun sa YouTube upload
No,
natin.
if it's not gonna be on the YouTube because it's the same thing.
Same
The
audio.
problem came.
Oh, but hey guys, I just want to say hi to our 9 viewers this
Mhm.
Oh,
evening.
awesome. Thanks for
And
viewing.
Nice.
thanks David for letting us know.
Yep.
All right.
So where were
So,
we? Show
yeah.
recommendation.
Yeah, show
Mhm.
recommendations.
So
Speaking
we
of show
mentioned.
recommendations, so I
Let's
finished
just
Midnight
recap
Diner.
just for the first for the people lang.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
So
Maya is
recommendations is Midnight Diner. What else?
And
and the restaurant.
Restaurant from to
restaurant
another
from
world.
another world
Yep,
to
yep.
another world.
So they're all on Netflix. So just if you have a Netflix subscription, or if you have a friend, just kidding.
Well, you can
So
party
Share,
watch.
share.
You can
as long
party
as
watch.
as long as you are doing it legally, that's fine.
Yes,
Hi
sir.
Netflix. Netflix back in a man. Sponsorship.
Hmm.
Well, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Mordecai says that Resto from Another World is a good one.
Exactly.
So there's
Yeah,
that.
it's just a nice chill.
It's a very nice, chill show. That's
Like
true.
it's like many, like you could jump in from any part from any with any episode. Is how I feel because
Mm.
they don't really like watching the previous ones isn't really necessary though. There is like a small story because the chef actually hires like a demon girl as a
Uh,
waitress.
well,
Mm,
how about some other shows out there that have we've been tackling? I remember recently
Ooh.
something I would call close to heart is are also recommended by our friend the Geeks. Is ano yun, Dad of Light.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
Dad of
yeah.
Light.
Yes. So he recently
I
finished
haven't
that.
watched it yet. I haven't watched that yet.
So it's
Yeah.
particularly close to our heart because of the game being played in it.
Yeah, so
So
it's the critically acclaimed MMORPG where you can play up to level 60 and its re-expansion
19.
Heavensward. It's called Final Fantasy.
14, yes. So Dad of Light is about a father and son story where they reconnect and bond over video games. Very
Mhm.
interesting.
Yep.
So
Actually, it came out back in 20. I'm trying to remember if it was 2012 or it came out quite some time ago, but it just recently got released on Netflix.
yep.
And Netflix has been releasing a lot of Japanese shows lately,
I
anime
think
and live
Oh.
action dramas.
I think they release it because of the upcoming update that's coming.
That's also true. And what I like about the series though is that it tackles a story. It's kind of heartwarming because it tackles a story about a father and son where the father recently retired and this son who's already working but living in the home wanted
uh-huh.
to like support his dad. So
Right.
they ended up playing the game together without the father knowing that they're playing together.
That's
No.
So
uh,
it's fun. It has its light, funny moments. It has serious moments, and they use the game's engine as well to tell the story. So it's not just live action. There's also animated graphics parts where it's in
mm.
game where they're doing like quests and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I remember reading that at the time when they made it, the game was still in its fairly early edition. So they made like a second version of it as a movie format, and the game was a lot more advanced at that point. So there are at least two versions of the Dad of Light, both the TV series, which is the older one, and the movie format, which is more recent.
yep, the Dad of Light TV
Hmm.
series came out according to Google. Hi Google. According to Google, it's 2017. So,
Uh,
but the movie is a little more recent. I think it's just uh I think it's 2020 or 2021. So
oh, that's very recent.
so yeah.
All right.
Um it's a
So
good
what?
it's a good light-hearted thing to watch. And if you're into the game, in fact we're trying to convince Maya to join us.
Yes, because if you haven't, if you don't know yet, three of us here, and then
Yep,
Adminay and a few of our other friends are
a
also
lot of our
playing.
other friends. Yes.
Yes. And the nice thing
And
about the
we,
game is that you can play it for free. I mean, you don't have to subscribe per se. You can actually play it as free. We actually have one friend.
More
He's
than one friend.
yeah more than one friend, but one friend specifically sinusulit niya doesn't want to subscribe because he wants to sulit daw
Well,
the free content.
mukhang more than one friend yan eh. Kasi the other one is making a lot of sinusulit din talaga yung isa. You
Y-
notice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Eh,
So
how much ba
they're
pag
trying to get
nag-subscribe?
everything to level 6.
Sorry.
that's true.
How much ba pag nag-subscribe na?
If it's subscriptions, it's like 650, seven
It
fifty,
Around
it
depending on the subscription you pick. See, there's a subscription where you only keep one character on per server or per
which
world,
is usually all you
which is
need.
usually all you need. So that's why like the 650 things. Yeah, so it's like 650 for that.
Yep,
But you have to pay for the expansion.
that's true.
Yep.
So you do have to buy the game, which is costs the standard rate of most video games. Like you can expect it to, depending if it's on sale, it can go from 1,000 pesos to non-sale of around 2 to 2.5. Considering it's basically a base game plus four expansions, that's not bad at all. So
And it comes with 1 month of subscription when you do that for the first
Ah, yeah,
time.
yeah,
yep,
that too.
no, that's not too
So,
bad.
but for those who play the free game, there's very few restrictions actually. The only thing that's for me
The
the only
biggest one is the parties, right?
Yeah,
yeah, I think,
you can't initiate forming a party,
but you
but
can join a party.
if you have friends, that's not too big a problem
Yep.
because we can just
Uh,
help you with that.
it it it
Speaking
is.
speaking of things though, what about?
I was gonna say it isn't obvious that we're really promoting the game, aren't
Mm,
we?
Well, we're promoting something that we enjoy together, and I have to say
mm-hmm.
that it has been I don't know, it has given us a lot of time together. I'd say
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so.
Each of us are enjoying different aspects of the game too.
That's true. There's different aspects of the game. So the girls are mostly enjoying the clothes and dressing up.
Eventually, they'll enjoy
Yeah,
the
I
house
see stick
designing.
pictures.
They will eventually enjoy decorating the house once we finally unlock it. Hopefully, we unlock it. So
We will. We'll get one.
that's
We're
true.
already like at what 5 million,
Six, but
close to
yes,
6.
Yeah.
aiming for a meet.
I really I like the fact that we can. I think it's important for communities to be able to bond together over things, not just. I mean, playing games is definitely one way to
Mm-hmm.
bond, and honestly, some people are just more comfortable bonding over games than doing other activities, right?
Some people
So
actually don't really care much about the game. They just care about the people they're with.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
And so we invite you guys if you are interested in playing the game and have some fun, enjoy, talking to each other, just the company at the same
Yep.
time playing the game. Join us. We are on Discord most days. You can go to invite.gg/LUGN and you can play with us. Right now, we are playing on the Japanese data center, Elemental Data Center, and in the Atomos server. No? Most Filipinos are playing in Tonberry, but it's so crowded.
Well, a lot of Filipinos are playing on the Elemental server data center, basically. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Anything else?
Anything else about Final Fantasy that we want to talk about before we hop into other talks? Just to wrap things up.
I mean, the new update that's coming soon.
That is
Oh,
true. So the next expansion is coming out very soon.
Mm.
yeah, next
There's
month.
one. There's a new
New
I'll say
update
news.
that's coming out where um players can also acquire island sanctuaries where you
Ah,
can
yeah,
go
that one.
there, build your
uh,
house, build your you can plant crops, and then you can let your minions roam free and shepherd animals, and sounds suspiciously like Animal Crossing.
Which will
yes,
lead me into the thing I was about to talk about next.
which is yeah, go sir.
And Animal Crossing's latest update with cooking food and designing new homes. Well, it'll come out this November 5. So I'm definitely gonna buy the new DLC. I think in this group I'm the one who plays it right now. I
Actively
know there are
plays
more
it.
fans.
Yes.
There are other fans. Animal Crossing.
That's
Nina
true.
would be one thing,
Yeah, Nina, and
and a
I
few of our other friends as well.
see Vince still has it though.
He still has it. Uh, and then yeah, I'm hoping to like play again with our other friends, especially like sila our other friends from the US. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It's a
Mhm.
good time to get in touch with them and like see how they're doing. So I only remember the twins though. So if there are any others, then I don't know. Them. Lol. Okay.
Buster.
Uh,
Anyway, but
I
yeah,
I
there's not
really
really much to say other than there will be cooking.
mhm,
I
mhm.
think. So I've actually just recently opened up my Animal Crossing island again. It's nice to see like parang oh I did that oh we missed you so much. I thought you were a ghost. Mga ganun.
You died.
You
No.
get yeah, so, well not died or but yeah, I knew this guy with this same name who looked just like you.
kainis.
That is funny though.
It is funny.
I like the dynamic reaction. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
they have very varied reactions. It's really fun. Oh, I haven't opened it.
All right.
Uh,
So aside from that, I know that Maya has like a couple other games besides the one that we are playing.
mhm.
Like you've been doing Genshin. I think, well, although it's a bit old na, di ba nagka-update kayo din? Like
Yeah.
last month?
You mean the
Actually, I'm surprised na yung game ninyo with Final Fantasy ngayon pala nag-update for having yung in-game na place, houses, ganyan. Sa Genshin kasi we already have that. We like that. May Serenity pot kami and then inside it may realms siya. So we can design those realms to have our own home. Tapos we can design it as well. Tapos there
mhm.
are other we can also plant crops in 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 that Serenity pot wherein we have the realm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I
Well, actually,
just for the record,
yeah.
the game's already had housing like for the longest time. We just
I see.
are too poor to get one.
Yun talaga yun eh.
Yes, we're just poor.
We're just poor. It's always had it.
Why, ano ba yun? Paid ba yun?
You have to pay
No,
with.
you have to pay with in-game money.
Game. Yeah, okay.
Say like
And
you have to
Kasi,
buy the lot and then you have to pay for the building. You have to
oh, I
pay. Then
see.
you have to craft the stuff to actually decorate it. Same like that one.
Yep.
I
You have to
see.
get the
but
materials.
I think kasi Genshin is they I would say it's more accessible. Yun yung I think is
That's true. It is
the
more
Yes,
accessible.
it's
It's
very
way.
F2P friendly.
It is. It
Mm-hmm.
is.
Kasi with
The
the
games at
Serenity
home.
pot, you only get it through the quest. So when you finish a quest and then the NPC gives it out to you. So
Yeah.
no need for
Has the
money or
story for
whatever.
that already finished? For the Inazuma continent.
Yeah, sa Inazuma, naglabas na sila ulit ng new island. So I think
Ah.
it will be finished soon, I guess. There's another update for new characters and then I don't know, maybe next few months baka magbukas na ulit sila um iba pang area.
Uh, it's kind of interesting how the
Uh,
different games like
though
develop.
it took so long for Inazuma to. Sorry, John.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. I spoke over you. What were you guys saying?
No, no, that's right. I'm just saying like it's really interesting how the different games are um, when they grow their content. So there's quite a bit of similarity, but there's also the way that they roll it out and so on. Wala lang. It's just something I
I
appreciate.
think the approach is pretty similar. Both are going for story building. Each of you are like heroes in your own,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
parang saving the towns, and
Yep, yep.
it's pretty much the same thing here in Final Fantasy. Because parang I think I shared it to you guys na parang there's this guy who parang cited the differences between World of Warcraft
Yep.
and Final Fantasy. Like parang World of Warcraft parang was designed to be a like literally an MMORPG. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but and then while Final Fantasy was more designed to be a single player experience, but you can have multiplayer features to enjoy it with your friends. And
Yeah, I think that's the main difference with WoW compared to a lot of MMOs is that it's really built from the ground up to be an MMORPG.
Mhm.
And so a lot of its mechanics is really designed that you need to party up, you need to be playing with other people. You enter dungeons or raids, it has to be with other people. As opposed to, let's say, Final Fantasy, and I am assuming Genshin as well. While there is that element that you still need to play with other people, it's not forced upon you. You can play it like a single player game.
It's
Right?
like you have an AI, or you can
mm-hmm.
just get through
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
most
think
of it.
I think that's where the downfall now of World of Warcraft is that because it forces people to play with each other for most of the content. Um, it's not. It feels like it's forced. Basically, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel as natural in playing the game. And I think for me, the idea of MMORPGs is going into a world where there are interactions with other people, but you don't necessarily have to play with them. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
do it your own way, your own pace, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Um,
For most
WoW
of
pun WoW punishes you for not for doing that. So
well, I don't know if punishes is the nice. But it's definitely it de-incentivizes you for solo play.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So especially now where there's a lot of people leaving the game for other reasons. I think it becomes even more difficult to play the game because where are the other people? Where are the people to play it?
Well, I think we've spent as much as
We
we
spent a lot,
as
as
much
much
as
as we love Final Fantasy. Nga,
we do have to
uh,
let's put
talk
some
about
screen
other stuff.
on other stuff because like clearly we have been spending a ton of time on
On Final.
this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What
But
else
yeah.
have we been spending time on?
Hmm.
Mm.
That doesn't sound good. I'm kidding.
No, no. I mean,
Well,
I
one thing that
mean, I've been
yeah, go
playing a
on.
little bit of Bravely Default too.
Ah,
it's still,
yeah,
it's still Final Fantasy esque, but uh,
it's still a JRPG. It's still a JRPG.
but I mean, I just only recently started, so not much to say really. But yeah, I just like the story so far. Um, I like the characters, especially the accents. Like one of the characters has like an Irish or Scottish accent or something like that.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to like copy it. That's
I,
great.
Control.
Oh no,
that's
that's gonna
great.
be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His name is Elvis.
Like
My name is
musician.
Elvis,
His no, his
and
name
I'm
is
a
El.
musician.
Your accents are different. Okay. But yeah, um,
So no Irishmen were harmed in the, no actually I don't know.
no, that's not me copying Irishman. That's me copying Elvis. Uh,
Elvis. Okay.
the character Elvis.
Character
Anyway,
Elvis. Yes.
but yeah, anything else? Oh, I mean, there's. Have you guys gotten Discovery Plus yet?
No.
No, but there is something on it that I feel like I should remember that I wanted
It's
to
because
watch.
it's yeah, because it's like 129 pesos subscription for a year. I think, if I
Uh-huh.
remember correctly. So we recently got it
Okay.
because for during when the pandemic started, one of the shows we really loved to
Sure.
watch was on HGTV. So we got to see all
Okay.
these different home renovation shows, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so it's also on Discovery Plus. So this
You
time
know.
we don't have to wait a week to watch the next episode.
Okay.
So you know what
I
I
know
did? I
connected to
went.
Discovery. Right,
Sorry,
go
go
on.
on.
Yeah, JB.
Yeah, what I did is I just went into the website of Discovery Plus, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at all these shows, and I'm like, oh, these are the kind of shows that I can play in the background while doing something else.
Yeah. That's actually
They're
one
good
of the
for
things my
background.
mom does. My mom does too. Like she likes having it in the background.
And I kind
We've learned a lot from it.
So if
Like
you want like really good background white noise, I guess this is it.
yeah, because it's
What
in a
to
way you're
do?
still learning something from it, din kasi, even if
yeah.
it is background noise.
So this.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at the shows that I'm seeing here. It's like Shark Rumble.
This is
Shark
really interesting because didn't Discovery acquire ano lately? What was that channel?
HBO.
Yes. Was it
I
didn't they
don't know.
acquire it?
Actually, it's still in the works because the original owner of HBO and HBO Max is AT&T in the States.
Yeah, yeah,
AT&T
yeah.
is primarily a what do you call that? A mobile service. It's a phone service,
Right.
mobile service. And so they realized that maybe they should align their companies with what their expertise are, and
Yeah.
probably they will let go of HBO. So there was talks about Discovery Plus acquiring HBO, right? So there hasn't,
Ah,
yeah, because it kind of makes sense because at least Discovery Plus and the company itself, they know TV. At least they know
it,
what's popular, even if the kind of TV that they're showing is different from normal from HBO, right? Because HBO is
Mm-hmm.
more what do you call this? Entertainment
Movies.
content,
Yeah.
movies, TV shows,
Home box office.
yep,
while Discovery is more of documentaries and the like, right?
yep.
But that's actually it's a good idea because if you merge those two together, it's actually a pretty good idea. And HBO also carries, if I'm not mistaken, carries some National Geographic stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it actually
That
would
makes
be
perfect.
it makes perfect sense for Discovery to do that.
I just
So
realized that's BBC. So does that mean it has um? Oh wait, no. I was thinking if it had BBC, does that mean it has Top Gear?
I'm not
Uh,
sure. I don't see
that
it yet.
sounds. That
Huh.
way
Yeah.
yung mga content
I,
natin. No?
I already found a TV show on Discovery that I would want to watch. It's called
What?
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw that. It's like
there are people who
I've
like being
seen videos
disgusted.
like that where
I
they're not
am
sure if
not.
I like it or not.
I'm
It's
not a fan.
disturbing. It's disturbing, but at the same time, I
It's
can't take
disturbing,
my
but you can't
eyes.
take your.
Exactly.
I am not a fan at all. I'm
They've
like
made a show out of pimple
live.
popping.
I can
Yes.
totally live.
I'm curious, like what kind of show is this? That's like what I'm curious now to know.
They're
Like
popping the pimple. You see and then at the same time, it's disgusting, and yet my eyes are glued to it.
No, no, I would just like no. It's just disgusting. Goodbye. But that's me. So
Mm. And
uh, other. Yeah, continue.
I was just gonna say that for me that would be a good move because I think HBO needs and Warner Brothers needs an injection of new blood so that they can produce,
new blood or new brains,
yeah,
And
that too,
they
create.
need new executive producers.
so that they can create content that actually um what's the word I'm looking for, that
I
actually
said
panders to the audience. I don't, panders not the right word, but
That
it's more
actually
of
that actually connects to the audience, sells
connects
to
to
the
the
audience.
audience and listens to their audience, because that's the
mhm.
problem with a lot of the HBO execs. When I mean, like for example, when they released the first Justice League, they weren't listening to the audience what they wanted, and they produced something like what the heck, and suddenly it's all of that, which I hear it from all other commentaries or other reviewers where they blame Warner Brothers for not knowing what they're doing, right?
Well, hopefully that will be fixed in our in the merger.
If
Any
they
other show? Oh,
Yeah,
if
sorry,
they
in the
push
ground.
if they push for it.
if it
Uh
pushes.
yeah. I was gonna say one thing that I'm into lately that I've been doing a lot is Axie. And
Okay.
Mm,
I think this is something that's become very popular with the Filipino
you're still into.
audience. Yeah, and I'm noticing I'm just going scrolling through Facebook, and then like once in a while I'll see an Axie post, and I'll see people that I know talking about it, talking about their games, and even one of the streamers that I follow, Fofi. Hi Fofi, if you're
Yeah.
watching.
Hey, folks.
Hi. She was one of our guests here before.
She was. She
She
was.
Hmm.
was.
Hopefully, we'll get her back soon.
She was streaming Axie earlier, and I'm like, oh, cool. It's and what I've been doing lately actually has been breeding Axies. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like a lottery ish in a sense. It's really trying to find the best like axes with the right kinds of genes. So it's like when you're breeding, it's like really like, oh, do you have the best axie? Do you have the best people to the best axes to pair with? It's like when you're breeding dogs or breeding other animals, you want to have the
Hmm.
best genes, etc., and
I
knowing
was
what
thinking
is the
like
best
more of
possible
Pokemon.
combinations. So I think it's more of, I would say, more Chocobo than Pokemon. More
Ah,
of
well.
like Chocobo breeding, because Pokemon breeding doesn't really look at the stats per se, I think, except if you're playing like Pokemon contests.
It
Um,
looks at the in Pokemon. It just looks at the potential thing.
yeah.
Ah,
So if they have the perfect potential thing, then that's all it can pass on.
So
okay. Okay.
With each Axie has like six body parts, and they have potential body parts that they can pass on to their children. So if you mix and match Axies, it's either you get the right what do you call this, mix of genes or body parts that passed on
Uh,
from their parents, or you could get mutations where a completely different body part that wasn't expected appears. So
well,
there's that kind of lot.
Hmm.
It's kind of a lottery in a sense when you're doing that.
I've heard the mutations actually happen much more frequent with the ones with the lower ID number. I don't know if that's true, but
What I've been noticing, it happens more frequent with the the what do you call that, the generations far below. So the farther
below as
they
in the ones earlier in the generation,
the
the
far no
earlier
no the
or the
ones that are
later ones.
farther, the later ones, the ones farther from the earlier generations have
Oh.
more possibility of gene mutations. Actually, recently I was doing this just to give you an idea. So normally when I'm breeding axes, my
Mm.
axes, they are around 150 to $200 in cost per
okay.
axie. So it's a lot of
That's
money. So it's not something that you just, oh, jump in, let's just throw in everything. That I don't have that kind of money. So I have to be methodical about it. So normally when I breed axes, I get children that's worth $200 or more to sell. So which is good because
okay.
in turn I can make money out of it, or I can turn them into axie teams for
Yeah,
scholars, right?
that's like ten
However,
thousand pesos there.
recently
True.
I bred plant axes, and one of the plant axes had a mutation that was a welcome mutation, because when I checked prices for that axie, it sold for around $600 for that one axie.
Ooh.
So I kind of like, ooh, okay, that's a profit, automatic profit of around $400, because normal selling is like 200, right? So it allowed me to actually get more axes so that I can breed more. So that's it's kind of fun, but at the same time you really have to be methodic about it, because I'm on a budget. I'm not one of those people who have unlimited amounts of money to play around. I don't have exactly. So yeah, it's I've been doing that in the past, and I now have like
That's an
I've
idea,
been.
though. Like we can have an Axie episode. Maybe that's something you can look into.
Maybe.
But if you want to hear more about NFTs, Axis, we actually have talked about it previously in one of our talks, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
briefly, yes. We didn't really get that into it, but maybe one of these days we can take a closer look at it, given how it's continuing to spread across the realm.
Cross realm,
So,
yes. Yes, yes. All
all
right.
right. So, those are all the things we have currently been doing.
Unless there's anything else others may want to add.
Yep. Then we can move on. What lies ahead? Actually, for what lies ahead, I do want to state this. Like we have been doing our series in Level Up Geek Nights. We've been doing a series on mecha anime inspired devos,
Mm-hmm.
and this is also something I'm looking forward to because we are continuing and finishing it off in the remainder of the year. I believe we have three
I'm
more
coming
left
up next
to go. So Gio's coming up next. He's coming up with
this weekend.
2010s,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm right. And then we're
Yep.
gonna finish off with the 2020s. I know we've only got basically 2 years, 2020, 2021,
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
be.
that still
Mhm.
has stuff in it.
Yeah,
Yep.
so the one I'm gonna be doing for the 2010s is the series called Knights and Magic. So if you guys are interested in hearing what I have to say about it, come join us this Saturday.
That's interesting. It's Knights and Magic, but it is still also a mecha
Mm-hmm.
anime about
Yeah,
knight and magic.
yeah. So it's a mecha anime about a gun, basically a model kit fan. So
Oh,
like,
that's nice.
and again, an isekai. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
He gets sent to the other world with the almighty truck of
Really?
isekai.
It is?
Yeah, he literally, well, he's
Oh
after
man.
he's bought all these new stuff from a payday, he crossing the street,
He gets he
truck
gets
hits him,
he gets
and
stuck.
he dies as in reincarnated into a baby in a new world.
Why is
Okay.
it always
It's always
it's
the truck.
a
Oops, no, I didn't
truck
want
or
to do that.
something similar?
I mean, like, can't they do? Well, anyway, one of these days there's gonna
Well,
be. I'm sure
One
there's
of
going
these
to be
days.
an anime about trucks. I can feel it. Just the trucks.
Autobot truck.
Lol, no. The
Autobot
isekai truck.
trucks.
You wish.
Tapos, yun pala, yung truck is an angel pala, no? And the truck is an angel sending people to their destiny. And it's an
Yeah.
anthology about how the truck sends all these different kinds of isekai dimensions. That would be funny, though.
But yeah,
Would
he sent into a world where there's like these mecha things that are powered by magic.
nice. That's cool. That's very cool.
Hmm.
Oh,
Very interesting. I
Although
yeah.
when although when you said knights and magic, the first thing that came to my mind is Magic Knight Ray Earth.
No, I mean that is it, but it's not a 2010.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Ray
know.
Earth was, I think, in the
That's
80s,
90s,
90s, I
80s,
believe.
80s,
yeah.
90s.
80s, 90s. One of the
Is it?
options. I didn't take it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, it also has mech in it.
It does, but it wasn't a very big feature. Just super in the background.
Hmm. What I mean, you mentioned earlier about stuff we've been doing, right?
Yes.
I think is this a time where we can announce our involvement in
Oh
uh
right. So yes, I think so. So we have been invited, level up, the group, with our friend Vince at the Geeks has been invited to participate in an upcoming event called Move
2021.
2020 Move 2021, which is happening in 3 days, I believe, starting on
Yeah.
the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
What are the
October
details?
20th. Yeah, so MOVE is a youth discipleship conference that will be happening on October 28th to October 30th. And you
Mhm.
can still actually buy tickets for it until actually on
That's
the
cool.
day itself, pwede pa eh. So you
Nice.
can buy your tickets at moveydc.org, and you can register your tickets at the same website. And as mentioned, the LUGN team will be in it in one of the workshops.
That's pretty awesome,
Mm-hmm.
actually. I hope that we will, or rather, we were recorded, and will be speaking out, speaking up about basically gaming and digital life.
And how
So,
to
Yes.
reach others in that
how do you
world.
connect into that world? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Eh,
hopefully, you can join us there. Ano pa ba? And yeah, I think
yeah.
the conference is gonna run a couple of days, like so from
Yeah.
28th
Yeah,
to the weekend.
October 30. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Go
there's
ahead.
there's also actually merchandise that you can buy
Ooh,
Oh wow!
from the conference.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have magazine, stickers, cap.
Nice, 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 nice.
What else? Uh, it also has the move kit.
Okay,
Everything that you need for the conference. You know what you need for you to write down your notes from the conference, and we actually have great speakers as well. We
yeah,
have
actually, who are the speakers?
actually Pastor Francis Chan, um, Pastor
Ooh.
David Platt,
mm,
Pastor
Ooh. I.
Dan Patterson, and of course our own Pastor Marty Okaya,
Nice.
um,
Hi,
Pastor
Marty. Hope you see it. See
yeah,
us.
Brother Julius Rayala, and of course our very own pastor, senior pastor, Pastor Peter Tan.
Awesome, awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. So you
So
can
I
actually
hope
go
you
to.
guys see the conference.
So we
Yep.
will be adding the link below. I believe if some one of us will throw in a link in
Yep.
our comments section, so you can register or forward it to anyone you think could appreciate or benefit or just be blessed by it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
I've added the link moveytc.org, and you actually can get a lot of information on what's going on in the
Mhm.
conference, what it's all about, who's the target audience. And the reason we were tapped really is because it's talking about this conference is really for the youth. It's really for the our young generation, no? And our young generation is molded by the internet. It's molded by games these days. And so, well, while we are not young anymore, we're
Well,
young at heart.
we are middle aged, but
So,
digitally connected.
yes. And so we want to like throw our few cents about how you can really be, you know, how you can become productive members of society. Wow. As as leaders, as gamers, as people who are on the
Uh-huh.
internet, how can you use that to your advantage? How can you use that to also talk about God and talk about Christianity and talk about faith? And so, and I think that's really why we were tapped. And
Yeah.
for me, we are so honored to be among these speakers because oh my gosh, these speakers are like
Yes.
nakakahiya.
Like
Parang
I know
nakakahiya na.
we're just like in a workshop down here, working on the ground, but seeing those names is like woo, intense,
Intense, intense.
intense,
So
intense.
it's
Super.
exciting, and I think everybody should take part, and I think be part of the movement, right? Right, Maya?
Yes,
Yes, and we just
sir.
have 3 days to go before the conference itself.
Yep, that is more than enough time to sign up, as Maya mentioned. I mean, the advantages nowadays of being in digital conference, just grab it, register, hop in, and you're there on the day itself.
Yeah,
Pero
and
of
it's
course,
not just
better.
for it's not just here in the Philippines since it's online. Everyone from around the world can connect
That's
to the
true.
conference.
It is worldwide kasi digital conference na siya.
Amen,
Okay.
amen.
Sige. So just to wrap that up, what else are we looking up to? I think that's a good, solid.
I think that's a
Yeah,
good spot to end at.
That's a
yeah.
good spot.
So, a few things, right? We mentioned the Move conference, and we have our mech series devotions,
Coming up this
which will
Saturday.
coming up this Saturday and 2 Saturdays from now.
Sure.
I'll be the one ending it as we talk about 2020 and 21 mech
Mhm.
anime.
Yep.
So that's a lot of pressure on my shoulders.
Mhm. You're
So
sturdy shoulders. Don't worry. You'll be
Namaste.
yeah, so by the end of that, I can have people put their head on my shoulders. Just kidding. I'm so close.
I
Anyway,
yeah.
also, upcoming is our last session for our RPG,
Ah,
Exalt,
yeah.
for those who are
Yes.
following it. So it's the final countdown, no, the final conclusion.
No.
Finale to our season 1 of
To say-
LUGN Plays Exalted.
So we will find out all the ridiculousness, what happens to the ridiculousness of that episode. You
Well,
know?
the epic ridiculousness. It's also pretty,
Yeah, like
Yes.
in its own
And
who
we
legitimate.
will
will
the
answer the
princess
question.
marry?
Yeah, we will answer the question, who will the princess marry? Will Ninai find her way?
Out of her
Soon, soon, not
gothic.
Ninay.
Soon,
Sorry,
soon, right?
will
Soon.
soon find her way out of her gothic entanglement.
And will
Mahirap
we
ay, husbando ta.
and will fallen branch be discovered by her, by his sister?
It's like, I'm dead. Stop it. Oh, well.
And so many things. Yeah, and join us. We are on Discord. We are actually meeting every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We play games. We watch movies. Recently, we watched
Mm.
Dune. By the way, we watched Dune. I forgot about that, and I'm so
Oy,
excited
I
about
know
that movie.
I know it's that's something I'm still looking forward to watching because I wasn't able to
No
finish the movie.
spoilers.
So I know technically it's an old
Ooh.
movie and I have read the book, but I've heard there are certain adjustments. So yes, I would like to appreciate it with eyes wide open. Closed, open, right, whatever.
No, but it's a really good movie. If you haven't watched it, you definitely have to watch it. It's
Uh,
available on HBO Max. I don't
you
know if it's going to come out on HBO Go.
you just have to
Um,
be warned that it's over 2 hours long.
it's 2 hours
It's
and
just over
35 minutes long.
okay, that's
Yep.
not just. That's solidly over 2 hours. Sorry. 2 and 35. I thought it was 2 hours and 5. It's 2 hours 35.
Um, for me, it's a combination of a fantasy story and an art film.
Okay.
I
Although
will say I
it's
like it. I think I like it more than Star Wars, story wise.
just kidding.
Oh, okay. As a movie, I love Star Wars, but Star Wars is not particularly deep as a
Yeah,
movie,
it's not.
especially the recent ones. Like original trilogy is still the best trilogy, and the rest are all after. But Dune is a
Yeah,
much more deep movie. I have to
yeah,
say, from the get go, it's really a heavy and deep and
yeah.
huge.
I think
So
saying spoilers, what I really liked about the movie is that it was able to communicate its story without too much narration, and using a lot of visual art style to really communicate the
yeah,
movie in a way that is how do you say, accessible to everyone, even if you're not familiar with the books, right? So there are still elements, I think, that it took me for me who didn't read the book,
uh-huh.
took me a while to kind of grasp, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think it was a great art film. I just hope that
It's a great movie.
it's a great movie. I really hope it does hit the box. What do you call this? Hit the box office numbers so that it can have a sequel. It deserves a sequel. It really deserves a sequel.
Or rather, it deserves to finish its story because it is the
Yeah.
first in a two-parter, but it needs the funding for the second part.
Yeah.
How many books were there?
6. So this is
Oh,
the first in the. This is part 1 of book 1. So you know the books are solid and they're very dense materials.
And actually, Star Wars does get a lot of elements from the books as well.
Yeah.
So that's why there are some elements that you might find similar. But of course,
Hmm.
like John said, Dune is a deeper mythology, deeper
Hmm.
fantasy story. So if you're into that, it's definitely something that's a plus. And personally, the directors, Denis Villeneuve, I can never pronounce it properly.
We aren't French, so we can't pronounce his name. Sorry.
He did a really good job in translating the movie, and I think it's a better iteration from what I remember from the 1984
84.
version and the
It's not
2000
hard.
miniseries.
Right. So before we get swept up into another
Hmm.
sad storm of Dune, I think yes, that is enough for that. That's our solid recap. So Dune, if you can watch it, we support it, and also our upcoming Devos and the conference. I think that's a good solid end for this evening.
Yep. I think that's really great. So I hope you guys can join us next time.
Yes.
As we will talk about, well, I don't know. We haven't decided yet what to talk about next time. But
Well, there will be something. We'll be wrapping up. It's gonna be Christmas soon, so probably something
yep.
leading towards that.
But we want to invite you guys to join us, not just on our live stream, but to really join us in our community because we want
Yep.
to create a community that um, loves its hobbies, but loves God as well. Loves,
Yes.
and that we
Of
can
the Lord.
create that safe environment where everybody is welcome, that we can talk about things in a safe environment and that we can encourage and love one another, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's it. That's it. That's it from Level Up. So make sure to like this stream. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe as well on the Christian Geek. And I ask you guys to share if this is something that you enjoyed the content and you want to share it to somebody else. Go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and share. We encourage you to do so, and we are welcome to answer any questions. You can message us. You can join us on our Discord. It's invite.gg uh, sorry. It's
Slash
invite.gg
Invite
slash
LUGN.
LUGN.
yes. And it will be posted on the comment section. Right. So join
Indeed.
us on our Discord server. Join us sorry. Join us on social media and I hope to see you soon, guys.
We hope to see you soon.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.